Om. 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 गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भूमिर्भुवना द्यौर्वरिणा तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थेते देव्यदितेऽग्निमन्नादमन्ना द्यायादधे आयङ्गौः पृश्निरक्रमीदस नन्मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन्सुवः त्रिगुंशद्धाम विराजति वाक्पतङ्गाय शिश्रिये प्रत्यस्य वहद्युभिः अस्य प्राणादपानत्यन्तश्च अस्य प्राणादपानत्यन्तश्चरति रोचना व्यख्यन्महिषः सुवः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate or contradict each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We just concluded the incredible celebration of Navaratri, and it gives an incredible amount of bringing together what is scattered. The energy and the intensity that gets scattered has to be brought together. This is the purpose of real sadhana. And this is pretty much the reason why every month there are so many observances in Sanatana Dharma, so that the spirit of and the light and the love are constantly rekindled, without which we get totally lost. And it is therefore not only just an individual sadhana, not just the individual sadhana, but the collective sadhana is equally important. Bhagavan has very beautifully given a metaphor or an analogy to this. In hot summer in India, they put water in mud pots. And these mud pots are also put in wet sand. This is an incredible natural science. They put pot of water in wet sand. And Swami talks about this in a beautiful analogy in one of the discourses, and he says, why is that so? Because in the summer, because of the heat, this water evaporates. When it is put in the wet sand, you control that evaporation. Not only that, the water turns much cooler from that pot. And therefore, not only cooler, but if you taste that water, it has this incredible earthly flavor. Mother Earth's flavor will be there. And such water refreshes the body instantaneously. You don't have to drink a lot of water from the refrigerated water. You have to drink a lot in a hot summer. But this water from the pot, one glass will be enough to completely satiate the thirst. So you save water, not only to evaporate, you get it this beautiful earthly flavor. It is flavored water, and it instantaneously cools. And that water is so accomplished by putting this pot in wet sand. You are all wondering, what is this to do with the Bhusuktam class? The next verses are exactly about this. Huh? So what is Swami saying with that metaphor? He says, your conscience, which is the water in this pot, the body, gets heated up, evaporates. Your thoughts are dispersed. But when you are in collective satsang, called the wet sand, your thoughts will be together. They will be cooler. They will give to words and actions that immediately satiate and give refreshment to everyone around you. Otherwise, you are a boiling pot, not a cool pot. That is the most incredible importance of collective sadhana and satsang. And I may be sounding like a broken record for the people on this class, Let me tell you, if you do not do collective sadhana, you will not go anywhere in life. Individual sadhana is important for discipline of the body and the mind. That's all it does. And then it will give you chitta shuddhi, this purity of thought. However, to completely expand from that individual self to the universe and move that center from within you to the center of the universe, you have to keep expanding through collective sadhana. That doesn't mean extrovertism. That is actually being within yourself, but moving the center. Right now, your center points here. Who are you? It points right here. Then, in the process of this worldly business and business associated with yourself and your family and our jobs and this and that, the whole samsara, we are constantly getting dispersed. Constantly getting dispersed. Just think about it. True meditation is not sitting, closing eyes and doing some japa. That is not even meditation. That is concentration. And if you are able to actually become aware of what you are chanting, then it is called contemplation. Meditation is to be one with everything around. That means you have to open your eyes and be meditating, not just close your eyes and meditating. Close your eyes and meditate is very easy. Meditate with open eyes. If you are able to meditate with open eyes, then you are truly meditating. What does that meditation do? What is the purpose of all of this? So in the last class, the first 4 mantras, we have invoked the presence of the infinity that accomplishes the earthly stratosphere, the atmospheric stratosphere, and the up above. All the 3 put as infinite consciousness in one word called Aditi. And in the second verse, we contemplated on Aditya. Aditi means that which is indivisible. Aditya means that which came out of that indivisibility. And that is indeed this beautiful physical sun that we witness, that covers the whole stratosphere with this beautiful variegated light on earth. See, this is meditation. I'm not even thinking about, what I'm talking about is the mantra is going inside. What is being spoken is the essence of the mantra. You can go back and check the mantra meaning. That means what? The mantra is actually part of this awareness. It can express itself incessantly, effortlessly. That means mantra begins to speak through you. This is meditation. It's an incredible opportunity to do this meditation when 11 times Rudram is going on. You are all thinking it's a 3.5 hours of, oh my God, again Ekadash Rudram, again Devi Mahatyam. When you are actually being chanted by the mantra, then what happens is it expresses what it wants to express, not what you want to say about it. So therefore, in this second verse, we're talking about this beautiful, the sun rays that drench this Mother Earth in a variegated form, but also moves back to shine the whole universe, which we have already studied in Arunam. Bhrajapatara nighane tishthannaatapanti amutretare. All those mantras are repeated in many ways, in so many different ways, that the mind will not escape that consciousness. So this Mother Earth, the movement of the sun that illumines the Mother Earth and also the whole universe. Then we talked about this entire movement is actually, this whole phenomenon is a living thing. Asya prana dapana atyantascharati gochara vyakhyan mahishasvaha. That's where we paused last class. So this movement represents the movement of the Supreme Being as the inhalation and exhalation. Then next go to the fifth mantra, sixth mantra, and seventh mantra are now exactly the topic of what I started this class with, bringing it back together within ourselves. Yatva kruddha
Yatva kruddhav
parovapamanyuna
parovapamanyuna
yadavartya
yadavartya
sukalpamagne
sukalpamagne
tat sukalpamagne tattva
sukalpamagne tatava
sukalpamagne what is that? Tattava
sukalpamagne tattava
punastvoddeepayamasi.
punastvoddeepayamasi.
Okay, one more time. Yatva kruddha parovapa
Yatva kruddhav parovapa
manyuna yadavartya
manyuna yadavartya
sukalpamagne
sukalpamagne
tattava
tattava
punastvoddeepayamasi.
punastvoddeepayamasi.
Yes. Yatva akruddha parovapa. Oh, Sairam.
Sarah?
You repeat that.
Sorry, one more time, please.
Yatva akruddha parovapa.
Yatva akruddhav parovapaman.
No, continue.
Vapa, just okay. Yatva akruddhav parovapa. Yatva akruddhav parovapa.
Manyuna yadavartyam.
Manyuna yadavartya. Manyuna yadavartya.
Sukalpamagne tattava.
Sukalpamagne tattava. Sukalpamagne tattava.
Punastvodipayamasi.
Punastvodipayamasi. Punastvodipayamasi.
Yatva akriddha parovapamanyuna yadavartya sukalpamagne tattava puna stvodipayamasi.
यत्त्वा आक्रुद्धः परोवपमन्युना यदवर्त्या सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तव पुनस्त्वोद्दीपयामसि यत्त्वा आक्रुद्धः परोवपमन्युना यदवर्त्या सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तव पुनस्त्वोद्दीपयामसि.
So the words within that, by the way, the Padapatha is put by the script team of Veda study. Very beautifully done. Yat tva kruddhaha paraha avapa manyuna yat avartya. Let's look at that. Yat means that, tva, yours, kruddhaha means enragement or anger, paraha, that is diverted outside, avapa, that has been cast down, manyuna, yat avartya. This yat avartya, that which has been done with hostility, has now dispersed this manyu, the awareness. So in essence, what is saying? Whatever that has been cast down in anger or hostility towards others, that has manyuna yat avartya. That means, in a sense, this awareness of yours that is within me is dispersed because of anger and hostility towards an external thing. This is exactly the topic I was mentioning, no? It's to show present. Then Sukalpam Agne. So then this mantra is now referring to this Agni. Sukalpam. Sukalpam. Vikalpam means dispersion. Sukalpam means to bring it together. Sukalpam Agne, O Agni, it will all be brought together. Tat Tava Punaha Tu Uddipayamasi. So Agni, that which has been dispersed, will be now brought together indeed. Uddipayamasi, to relight, to re-inflame, to rekindle. So the syntax, what we are, I'm just giving the word by word. Sukalpam Agne, because the mantra is getting referred to Agni. Tat Tava Punaha Tvaha Uddipayamasi. So therefore, what this mantra is referring to is, O Agni, that fire of yours that has been dispersed. That's the literal meaning. Means what? The Agni has gotten dispersed all over the place. Now we're talking about the ritual piece. And that Agni has to be brought together, rekindled and brought together, and the fire has to be reflamed. That is what the mantra is literally saying. So then who are you referring to? Oh, Agni. This fire of yours is all dispersed because of anger and enragement that towards an external situation, towards somebody else, paraha, outside, enemy. Now what I will do, I want to rekindle it, bring it back and reflame you. Yeah. What a beautiful mantra. So what is getting dispersed? What is triggering this disbursement? Manu is in this mantra, there are two words that are given the same meaning. Kruddha is anger. And you cannot also describe Manu also as anger in the same line. Because Manu is awareness. This awareness that belongs to you is dispersed by my anger towards some external trigger. So please accept my apologies. I will bring it back again. I will bring my awareness back again. And for that, you are praying to the Agni. This is so important. So, Yatva akruddhav paro vapamanyuna yadavartya sukalpamagne tattava puna stvodipayamasi. Please chant.
Yat Om Yatva akruddhav paro vapamanyuna yadavartya sukalpamagne tattava punastvodipayamasi.
One more time.
Om Yatva akruddhav paro vapamanyuna yadavartya sukalpamagne tattava punastvodipayamasi.
Yatte manyuparo.
Yatte manyuparo.
Yatte manyuparoktasya.
Yatte manyuparoptasya.
Prithvi manudadvase.
Prithvi manudadvase.
Aditya vishve.
Aditya vishve.
Taddeva.
Taddeva.
Vasavascha.
Vasavascha.
Samabharan.
Samabharan.
Yette manyuparoptasya.
Yatte manyuparoptasya. Sorry, Yatte manyuparoptasya. Yatte manyuparoptasya.
Prithivīmanudadhvase.
Prithivīmanudadhvase. Prithivīmanudadhvase.
Yette manyuparoptasya prithivī manudadhvase.
Yatte manyuparoptasya prithivīmanudadhvase. Yatte manyuparoptasya prithivīmanudadhvase.
Aditya vishve taddeva.
Aditya Vishvetadeva. Aditya Vishvetadeva.
Vasavascha samabharan.
Vasavascha samabharan. Vasavascha samabharan.
Yette manyuparoptasya prithivī manudadhvase. Aditya vishvetadeva vasavascha samabharan.
Yatte manyuparoptasya prithivīmanudadhvase. Aditya Vishvetadeva vasavascha samabharan. Yatte manyuparoptasya prithivīmanudadhvase. Aditya Vishvetadeva vasavascha samabharan.
Yat te manyuhu paroptasya prithivīm anudadhvase. Aditya vishve tat devaha vasavaha cha samabharan. This yat, that, te of yours, manyu, this awareness, paroptasya, driven forth by external factor like anger or a wrath. So people become like drunkards when they are taken over by this wrath. They lose completely their presence. Then manyuparoptasya prithivim anudadhvase. That is now pervading Prithvi anudadhvase, throughout dadhvase, means covering the entire earth. It's not only covering the entire earth, it is covering Aditya, Vishvedeva, Vasava, Sam Abharana. Beautiful. It's incredible. This awareness that is there, that was now dispersed. In that awareness are the earth, the Aditya, the Vishvedeva, all of that awareness that has kept together everything is all dispersed instantaneously. Why we are talking about that in the center of all this? Why are we talking about all this in the center of in the center of Bhusuktam? I won't answer that question until we come to the next mantra. 5, 6, 7. Those three will be the one theme that is running together. So in essence, the sixth mantra is saying, the first mantra is, the fifth mantra was saying, this awareness got shattered because of anger and in a wrath that is triggered by some external thing. And now that sukalpam has to be put together, That which is dispersed has now to be put together so that it covers again back the earth, the Adityas, the Vishvedeva. Samabharan. Abharan means ornament. Sam Abharan, beautifully worn. You are wearing this awareness. It's a beautiful ornament that is being worn. Manojyotir Jushatam.
Manojyotirdrushatam
Ajam Vichinnai
Ajam Vichinnai
Yajnagum Samiman Dadhatu.
Yajnagam Samiman Dadhatu
Bruhaspatisthanutamiman
Brihaspatistanutamiman
no Vishvedeva
No Vishvedeva
Ihamadayantam.
Ihamadayantam.
Where do we chant this mantra? Shama?
Exactly where? Mahanyasam, but
Mahanyasam. Don't say Mahanyasam.
Mahanyasam.
Mahanyasam. It's not called Mahanyasam. It's a wrong way people pronounce it. It's not Mahadeva. It is Mahadeva. So in Mahanyasam, where do you chant this? Next level question. Mahanyasam, where do you chant? Now people are opening Mahanyasam PDF. Huh?
Shadanganyasa.
Shadanganyasam. In Shadanganyasam, what is the place this nyasam is done?
I think it's Guhyaya Namaha.
Very good. See, in Shadanganyasam will come after what?
After the Hamsa Gayatri.
Is that correct? Where does it come? Satish Damraju? He opened the Mahanyasam file. He won't answer the question. I have to check on that.
I think it's before Hamsa Gayatri, but
Before
don't know what.
Oh, okay. Who has the right answer? I thought it comes after Shodashanga Rodrikaru. No? Hello? Sairam? Everybody's silent?
Comes after Shodashankara Udrikaranam.
Comes after Shodashankara Udrikaranam. Guhyadi Siranta Shadanganyasa. From Guhya to Siras. Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam. This mantra you already learned. So let's very quickly go through that. Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam.
Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam. Mano Jyotirjushatam.
Mano.
So flatten. Om Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam.
Vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu.
Vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu. Vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu.
Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu.
Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu. Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu.
Brihaspatistanutamimano Vishvedeva Ihamadayantam.
Brihaspatistanutamimano Vishvedeva Ihamadayantam. Brihaspatistanutamimano Vishvedeva Ihamadayantam.
Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu. Brihaspatistanutamimano Vishvedeva Ihamadayantam.
Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu. Brihaspatistanutamimano Vishvedeva Ihamadayantam. Mano Jyotirjushatamajyam vichinnai yajñagum samimandadhatu. Brihaspatistanutamimano Vishvedeva Ihamadayantam.
Manaha Jyotihi Jushatam Ajyam Vichinnam Yajñam Samimam Dadhatu. Manaha, which is the mind. Jyoti, the light or the radiance associated with that mind. Jushatam, may it be brought back, or may it be pleased, or may it accept. What? Ajam. Ajam is the ghee. Vichinna yajnam samimandadhatu. Vichinna yajnam. Vichinnam means the dispersed yajnam samimandadhatu. May it be brought back together. May it be restored or re-established. Bruhaspatihi tanutam imam naha vishvedevah iha madayantam. May this Bruhaspatihi tanutam. Tanutam means may he prolong or extend or spread this fire and the yajna, fire of this yajna, imam, this naha, for us, and also for Vishvedeva, all the universal gods. Iha madayantam. Madayantam means may they be gladdened or delighted here and now because of this rekindled fire. What amazing. I'm giving you word by word meaning, not missing any word, so that you can really listen to how beautifully the mantra is actually constructed, involving. Now there is a process that is established here, and in this process, what is the first is the manas, then there is the Bruhaspati, then there is us, then there is the Vishvedeva. All of this dispersal has happened because the mind doesn't have the light associated with it. The mind is dispersed. And so that means what? This mind has become dark. It lost its luster. It lost its sentience. It lost its awareness. And therefore, to rekindle that mind, what do you need? You see, when you observe this, if you are doing the Homa most of the time, what you do in order to bring the fire back together, you have to keep putting the ghee in the places where there is a little bit of fire, and the center so much of ahuti is put. The fire has to be rekindled because of all the ahuti that is going. Ahuti means what is being offered into that fire. Now you are putting grass, you are putting modakas, you are putting the fruits, you are putting so much of material is getting into this fire. And that fire to be rekindled and to be brought back physically from a ritual point of view. What you have to do, the swaha that the acharya is doing has to make sure that that ghee is the one that is pulling that fire back together and then keeps bringing it together. Without that ghee, the fire will be put off with so much ahuti. Now, I'm talking, this is all not some esoteric philosophical stuff. It is the ghee that brings this fire back together, blazes this fire, and unless that fire is blazing like that from the periphery to the center, the ahuti will not be consumed by the fire. That is literally what happens in the yajna. So what is happening? What is that relevant with yourself, with our own self? How is this mantra related to this? Your mind is getting dumped with all the external things that are putting off its fire. Just physically, even with respect to eating, Swami has said very clearly, only a quarter has to be eaten as solid food. A quarter as water, and the rest of it should be empty so that the fire in the stomach doesn't get put off. This is healthy living. Here we are tuned to buy one, get one free, all you can eat, and dump everything onto the fire. And therefore, what happens when you have so much of material dumped into the fire? The fire gets put off. And in order for that fire to come back, Ajam, ghee has to be put so that Vichinna Yajnam will become Samimam. Then it is coming equally. Everything is bringing it back equally to digest what is put together. So what is this thing called Ajam now? What is the Ajam that is put into the inner yajna? What Ajam are you putting so that your mind is rekindled and it gets back its luster? And it is now, when that mind is illumined like that, that mind will turn into fire of intelligence, wisdom, Bruhaspati. And that Bruhaspati, that fired up mind, which is now referred to as this Bruhatpati. Bruhatpati is Bruhaspati. That Bruhaspati is now the one, your intellect, your awareness that is now blazing as the fire. That will please all the people around you. That will also appease all the Vishwe Devas, all the universal gods. Tamasha Urke, learning all these mantras like for fun fact. These are life learnings. There are life teachings embedded in this. These mantras are not very simply associated with some ritual and some chanting and all of that stuff. These mantras teach life lessons. Right here, it's a Brahmana, means it's a teaching. Manaha Jyotihi Jushatam Ajam Vichinna Yajnam. What is this yajnam that you are doing every day with your mind? What yajna are we doing with ourselves? What is the yajna that is happening every day with ourselves? And how is that yajna getting dispersed by all the external worldly things that are now, what is saying, all the external things that are coming into you should be like ahutis. Everything should be burnt in this fire of wisdom. So then none of this stuff will affect you. Otherwise, it will put off the fire. They sing that song, no? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. What does that say? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Right here in Sacramento, I'm going to let it shine. Wherever you are, whatever you do, this yajna has to continue. What is this yajna? The yajna is nothing but sacrifice. And the sacrifice is the yajna that we are doing internally. and this yajna gets put off. This fire in this, the fire of sacrifice gets put off. Put off by what? All the external things that are dispersing, that are not allowing this fire to burn. Suddenly something will come. You get a thought, I have to do something for this service project. Then suddenly something will come. Oh no, if I give this money, no, how will that be affecting my 401k? How can I leverage this for this and that and that? All this stuff is coming into your head. Then the fire is put off. Sacrifice right there, gone with the wind. Literally, no pun intended. It's gone with the wind. So you have to now, therefore, has to put the ajam in it. You have to put the ghee in it. What is this ghee? The word ghee is coming from the root word called gru, grini. The fire that is burning within you as grini, surya, aditya. And that is what is required. 100% of this thought process have to be diverted, and that thoughts have to be brought together only for one purpose, and that purpose is to lead a life of sacrifice. Yajnam samimam dadhatu. And then what happens? Bruhaspatihi tanutamimam. Then you are not working with any mind anymore. You are working as Bruhatpati, the supreme protector of this yajna, the supreme master intelligence that protects this yajna. And when that intellect that is illumined by this awareness, rekindled fire, takes its place, then Vishwe Naha Az Vishvedeva Iham Iha Nadayanta. Okay. Oh, exactly 1 minute left. I think one hour of yajna is enough on weekends, you know. Otherwise, too much of ghee poured also is a problem. We are pouring too much ghee now. See this incredible set of these 3 verses, 5, 6, 7, really bring to the core of how we have lost touch with this one thing called yajna, and how our awareness, which should be constantly blazing, is getting dispersed and put off because of so many external factors. The real yajna one has to do is to protect the Mother Earth. The real yajna one has to do is to protect the 5 elements of the nature. The real yajna one has to do is to actually use them only to the extent that is possible, and not exploit them, not to do everything to dig this Mother Earth atrociously, exploiting every bloody natural resource that is present. For the sake of what? How in the world you can even think that Mars belongs to you, that moon belongs to you, that you want to go? Who has the right over anything that is associated with? Forget about outside elements. Who has the right for the Mother Earth? You, bloody fellow. Bloody fellows have, Narakasuras have creeped in every part of this universe. Narakasuras. That they want to exploit every bit of the universe. And such exploiters are the ones that are dispersing this awareness, universal awareness. Don't be part of those kind of clan and clutter. Ask the question, what yajna am I doing? Isha vashyamidam sarvam. Yatkinchad jagatyam jagatu. Tena tyaktena bunjida. Magradha kasyasvidhanam. This is the supreme teaching of Ishavasya Upanishad. The very first thing, very first shloka of Ishavasya Upanishad is saying everything in this universe, every single tiny bit of this universe belongs to the Supreme, and it is present in the Supreme. Yat kinchit jagatyam jagat kinchit, even a dust particle does not belong to us. We have become so atrociously greedy that we raise the prices of a bit of a land and we exploit. Yat kinchit jagatyam jagatu tena tyaktena bunjida. Use them with an element of vairagya, detachment, and use them only to the extent possible, only limited. Don't waste water, don't waste space, don't waste land, don't waste fire, don't put off the fire. Even breathing, if you are really a spiritual being, you will know the breathing only to the extent you need to breathe. Yogis breathe in very less, they breathe out a lot. This is the supreme pranayama. Well, the breathing, if you breathe one part in, you have to breathe 2 parts out. But the yogis actually breathe in 1 part, breathe out 10 parts, because they want to even use the wind that much possible. And all of this stuff that we are talking about, this yajna got broken out. By what? Because of your own stupidity, your own anger. I am not making it up. Kruddha. Ette manyuparop tasya. Ette, which the mantra before is saying, what is saying? Yatva kruddhaf parovapamanyuna yadavarcha sukalpamagne tattava punaha uddipayamasi. My yajna got put off by my own anger, and my anger has caused dispersal of my entire awareness, and the fire within me lost its purpose. And now I am going after exploiting everything, exploiting all the things in the nature. Let me now rekindle my awareness. My existence here is dependent upon all these beautiful 8 things that are sustaining myself and the universe. It is composed of not only the earth, the Adityas, the Vishwe Devas. They are all wearing this awareness as the ornament. They are in this awareness. And my mind got dispersed. My thoughts got dispersed. They moved away from the core. Mano, that is the reason why it is Nyasan is done at the Guhyam. Because it's at that Guhya, the people that have these sparks of tantrums and anger and all that stuff, their awareness is operating in a very lower animal quality level. And therefore, as the awareness raises, what they talk about Kundalini and all of that stuff, don't get carried away by all that thing that they talk about. If I do this mantra, I will get some powers and all of that nonsense. This is all humbug. And if you have your awareness stuck there, I'm telling you very honestly, brothers and sisters, if your awareness is stuck, that mantra gives you powers. You are living like a demon and an animal. When that awareness raises, what it will do? It will do yajna. It will only be beneficial to everything around. It will not cause any disturbance to the universe. It will be humble. It will accept that everything that is coming is the grace of this universe. And in that grace, you will be thankful. You will rekindle. Your mind gets illumined. Such illumined mind gathers more awareness, burns like a fire, and that fire that gives happiness to the whole universe and to the entire community. Those are the three mantras. Technically speaking, at this mantra, Bhusuktam is complete. Technically speaking. The rest of the mantras that we are going to study, there are a lot of Pata Bhedas, and some of the mantras we don't even know the source of those mantras, as I mentioned last time. So this Medini Devi, Vasundhara, all those mantras, they are all addendum as prayers, extended prayers to the Mother Earth. And so we'll quickly go through those and hopefully complete Bhusuktam tomorrow. Sai Ram. Let's do Yadakshara Pada Bhrashta. Prasanna Kumari, do Yadakshara Pada Bhrashta.
Yes, sir. Saram. यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
Okay. Are there any questions? Yes. Do not waste paper. Do not waste paper. Yes, that is true. That's why, thank God, they invented email. Now that is making us waste something else. Do you know how we waste space? Do you know how we waste fire? How do we waste space? Yes, Swati, yes.
Space, I mean, within ourselves or outside?
Both. First start outside.
Waste space. You
By-
mean construction? By construction?
Let her answer, please. Construction. Don't worry about the builders. Talk about yourself. How do you waste space?
By putting unnecessary things,
Yeah.
more than needed things. So
Yes.
the greed keeps on buying stuff.
Yes. If two people are in a home, do they require an 8-bedroom mansion?
No.
If two people are in a house, do they require a 8,000 square feet house?
Not necessarily.
So what are they doing?
Wasting the space, encroaching others. I mean, that space could have.
Don't worry about others. Only talk about yourself.
But we are doing a yajna, no?
The whole life is focused on Paroptasya. Always focused on outside. Somebody is causing problem for me. Don't worry about others. Only focus on yourself. Where is my awareness? What am I doing with myself? Okay, so that's very good. How do you know where space inside you?
Unnecessary clutter of the mind with other things, not focused on the Abhishekam.
Now she is using pun words also. Okay, very good. So what is the space inside you?
The awareness, no? Consciousness, awareness.
Yes, thank you. How do you waste power? Electricity?
Electricity.
Yes. Do you know people that just leave lights everywhere in the house, even when they don't need it? How do you waste water? How do we waste earth? This is yajna. This is what is called yajna. You don't have to do any other yajna. In fact, the yajna that we are doing is for the sake of this awareness. Sairam. Any other questions? Right? And that was not a question.
Namaskaram, Shekhar Garu. Sairam.
Sairam.
Sir, just one question. This Manor Jyotimana Atmaraksha Nyasam, Mahanyasam, is not shown in Bhusuktam in many of the books or many of the Vedic books. This is connected here. I just wanted to get here about this Atmaraksha Nyasam, the first one, Guhyanam.
Yeah. This particular mantra is chanted. Technically, as I was mentioning, the Bhusuktam ends with the 7th verse. Sorry, the 6th verse. Only 6 verses in Rigvediya that is the given. This is added because, like for example, in Rudram, Namaste Astu Bhagavan Vishweshwaraya Mahadevaya. That mantra is not part of Rudram. It is added as a prayer as part of the Rudram because it is consistent with the theme of that. Like Trembaka Yajamahe and all of those mantras are not technically part of Rudram. So sometimes like this Medini, Devi, Vasundhara, all those mantras are not technically associated with it, but because they're related to Mother Earth, as prayers they have included. And this Manoj Jyotir Jushratam. By the way, the mantras that we are talking in Mahanyasam, they're compilations by Bodhayana. They are not, originally there is nothing called Mahanyasam. It is put together by Ravana and refined by Bodhayana, and that's how it is constructed. The mantras belong to Vedas. They don't belong to the Mahanyasam. Okay, just to the yeah. That's the explanation.
Sir, I have got a connected question, sir. I have got a connected question, little delicate and sensitive. Can I ask with your permission?
Please, sir, you are not going to offend me anyway.
Okay. Sir, because I have about 30 years back, I have gone to Yoga Institute at Bihar School of Yoga, and I have gone a little bit advanced, but then again given up. I did not practice continuously. But there, they have talked about the advanced part of yoga known as Ajapa Japa, Antar Mauna, then raising the Kundalini Shakti, etc. were also taught there. But according to your view, you are not believing so much on the Kundalini Shakti, and they have read in some books, even Swami Vivekananda once tried to raise his Kundalini like that. I read somewhere actually in this particular thing. So I would like to little bit get enlightened on this particular your view with reference to what I read actually, or what I undergone training in Bihar School of Yoga.
Yes, sir. There are absolutely 100% those practices. I'm not saying they're not authentic. Those practices have invalidity, etc. But for normal people that are living a worldly life, those type of austerities are only they will give side effects. They will not have a proper effect on the mind. This is a very important thing to learn. Therefore, even great realized souls like Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa, etc., they have focused on bhakti, they have focused on love, they have focused on simple methods that will accomplish the same thing. But without going through, you see, yoga is a incredibly tough, rigid practice. In yoga, you are trying to kill a thought. In bhakti, you are suffusing the thought with love. Yoga chitta vritti nirodhaka means what? You have to go down and you have to do a practice that kills fundamentally even a desire or a thought that is popping up. That requires an enormous amount of intensity, focus, refraining yourself from everything associated with the world and withdrawing yourself and completely going inside and to kill each thought when it even arises. Mano Nashanam, as they call it. But in the context of bhakti, it accomplishes the same thing, but in a much more simpler manner. Therefore, even in the ritual practices, these bija mantras and all of that stuff are not even given to ordinary people. They are asked to chant shlokas that will have the same bija mantra embedded as a vibration, but without requiring to go to any austerious practices. So when we are in the world and we're trying to live in a samsara, using that high level practices, A is not practical, B, it will give to side effects. It will, recently only I was communicating with one sister. Don't overdo this. Ati sarvatra varjayet. Don't overdo. Keep everything in moderation. Even the mother in the Kshama Prarthana of the mother we say, En yunam adhikam kritam, tat sarvam shamyatam devi, prasida parameshwari. En yunam, doing less, adhikam, doing more. Both have to be avoided. Supposing what happens, you have a pot of mud. Swami describes it very beautifully. A pot of mud is there. And this mud has been accumulated in this pot. And suddenly you put a force of water into this mud. What will happen? All the mud inside will start coming out. That will be dangerous for the person and also people around. So do it in a royal way. Enjoy every bit of creation as the beauty of the Lord, of the Creator. You can raise your Kundalini through beautiful music, through art, Chatushashti Kalas, all different types of. Why Bhagavan has given bhajana as a sadhana? Why Bhagavan has given service as a sadhana? Why Bhagavan has given study as a sadhana? They all accomplish the raise of the Kundalini, 100%. But you don't even know that Kundalini is raising.
Okay.
You don't even know Kundalini is raising. You can have people around you will notice that, oh my God, there is something different about this awareness of the person. You don't have to do any japa, tapa, sadhana, kachina hi javat. Kabir has said, no need for japa, tapa, sadhana and all these things. Only one thing is say, Bhajo re bhaiya Rama Govinda Hari. Bhajo re bhaiya Rama Govinda Hari. Japa tapa sadhana kachana hi avat. Just you chant the name of God, and that name of God has incredible power to raise your Kundalini. Don't worry about all these siddhis, riddhis, all that yoga, roga, bhoga. First give up roga, then give up bhoga, then already in yoga. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you. Thank you, Sasik.
Yeah, sir, I'm telling you, the other class I was telling, if you understand the word gira and pratyangira that we were studying in Aruna Prashna, Devascha Mahadeva, Rasmayascha Deva Garagiraha, Nainam Garohinasti.
In-
You know, this gira means vibration. And this vibration is so powerful that everything that you are sending out, Pratyangira means it will come back as a boomerang, multiplied 1,000 million times. That's what this means. Pratyak means coming back. Boomerang. When you throw the boomerang, what it will do? It will go, come back at equal velocity and speed, and it will hit you. That is what Pratyangira is. Don't play with that powerful astras. Be normal person. Do service. Sing bhajans. Do what is normal for normal people. Don't try to claim I have these powers, I have this, all of that nonsense. It's all not spiritual. Be careful, huh? That's all I'm trying to say. We don't need all of that. Happy, be happy. If you chant Lalita Sahasranamam, that is enough. And that's why Bhagavan Ramakrishna, who has gone through every one of those practices, finally has said, just fall at the feet of the mother like a child, be in her lap, enjoy the love of the mother. What is more supreme than that? Everything at the end of the day, yoga, everything has to take you to one place only, and that place is love. And that place is unconditional love. That place is Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti, another word for it is love. Yes, Sairam. So I'm not trying to, just to be clear on this forum, I'm not trying to denigrate any of those practices that great souls and Mahatmas have practiced. But those are for those great souls. We are ordinary people. Be ordinary. Nothing more. Just be ordinary.
Thanks, it's clarified. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
When
you.
somebody asked me recently, sir, you are extraordinary, I said, you said it right. If something is more than ordinary, it is called extraordinary. So if you are more ordinary than ordinary, then you become extraordinary. Jai Sai. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for, thank you. Yes, somebody else? Yes.
No, Sairam, I was just trying to connect this ghee with the previous class that you explained about the iOS updates. So, and for that matter, it's released that short also, Anna, so I texted you. But I mean, that's how I was connecting how this ghee is important, just like the way how the daily iOS updates are important in order to keep our system functioning in the sadhana of sacrifice. So all that daily practices that we do is for putting ghee in order for this fire to be blazing.
Yes. The first thing that blazes the fire is service. The second thing is devotion. We got it reverse. When you serve others, the automatically that expression of love happens. So these are very important, simple sadhanas. That's what I was trying to say. See, the mind gets carried away. Oh my God, that fellow has this powers, that fellow, who cares? Why do you care? Dhanapati Sakudayunduyu, Velayanga Sivudu Bitsamettagavalasan. Tanavari Kantagalgina, Tanabhagyame Tanakugaka, Tathyamu Sumati. That's a beautiful Sumati poem, Telugu poem. Even though Parameshwara, the Lord of all the Lords, for whom Kubera, the Lord of wealth, is a great friend, Lakshmipati, the mother of wealth's very close friend, Vishnu, he did not claim, I have all these wealthy guys around me. I don't need to do anything. He went around begging alms. And he lived in a place called Kailas. And the people around him wanted to project him with a incredible this thing, like Ravana's story. Just simplicity is divinity. The Lord of all the Lords never wore any Rudrakshamalas, golden rings, and put Wi-Fi signals or electric poles or nothing like that. Very simple, very humble, walked, talked, served, loved. There is no other greater example than that. Jai Sai Ram. Yes. Avada. That's it. 3 more minutes.
So, Sairam, just the previous point, the beautiful point you enunciated that, but what I see happen, including in myself, get lost in that, but it keeps reminding that, say, Ekadasi Rudram, or all these things are sadhanas, which if you would like to commit yourself to, be committed and do that at that particular time, leave that behind and go on, take the message or go on, do your daily, not chores, the karma sannyasa. Even the chores versus karma sannyasa, do that as the continuum. But do these sadhanas daily or occasionally or for the Paurnimas and all that. As a sadhana, if you can do that, but be focused on this karma sannyasa if that's a path. And even the karma sannyasa will be different for this quote unquote ordinary people. Because one may have a commitment to take care of family. One may even have a commitment to take care of a job that he has taken up, but do that as a commitment for the welfare of the society. I think I heard that as the message of what you said earlier. Am I on the right path?
Yeah, so as long as they don't disperse your presence and awareness, that's the 3 mantras that we studied today. That is the essence of those. In doing your regular chores or duties, etc., if they disperse your inner peace and your awareness, then that is the problem that you have to deal with. If you are able to 100% even chanting Rudram, if you can't focus on Rudram, how can you focus on Rudram when you are doing your regular chores? Not practical, no? And one lady went to Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and she asked, hey, I have a 4-year-old, I have 3 kids, I can't really focus and do all this Kali Japa that you're asking me to do. How can do I have any probability of success here? What are you talking about? Here you are sitting, you don't have any other thing to do in this temple, and you say, Ma Kali, Ma Kali, Ma Kali. You are constantly, how is that practical for me? It's not practical for me. Then he said, no, I'm not asking you to do what I am doing. While you are giving bath to your child, can you think of giving bath to little Krishna? While you are feeding food for them, can you think of feeding the Divine Mother? Can you putting them to bed? Can you think of being an Yashoda? We have that awareness. With that awareness, when you are doing that, actually what means a karma sannyasa. You used the word 3-4 times, karma sannyasa, just to understand what that word means. Karma, action, nyasa means placed in sat, in existence, in awareness and bliss. In sat, when action is placed in awareness, then it becomes karma sannyasa. That is the meaning of the word. Karma sannyasa doesn't mean anything else. So, while you are doing the action, do you have the awareness? And Bhagavan gives another beautiful metaphor about that. A dancer who is dancing to the tune on a plate, with a lamp on her head. She is dancing to the tune. The feet are moving to the dance, to the beat, and all of that stuff. But her awareness has to be focused on the lamp on the head. That she has to maintain and not fall. That is actually karma sannyas. Sairam. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay. Yadakshara Padabrashtam Shama. Oh, Yadakshara Shanti Mantra. Swastif Prajapati.
ॐ स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
Jai.